Scott. Adrian, Scott.
Well, greetings and shalom. I'm Adrian Scott, and I welcome you to Truth and Testimony, the broadcast. It is time for some more Shekels for your thoughts. Now, this is a topic I have already kind of discussed in the past. In fact, I think I even specifically had a video about this subject, but it's a big one to me, and I wanted to touch on it again and maybe refresh it a little bit. And it's this idea of the judgment of God, the global flood, and the effects that we see today. What kind of re-inspired me to talk about this again is this idea that recently I'd been out with my drone getting some drone footage, and my last journey through the Psalms that I did, if you want to go back and take a look at that, I just featured some really amazing scenery, in my opinion, and it was up in the Sayward Valley area, which is on Vancouver, kind of the north, getting to be the northern tip of Vancouver Island, getting up there anyway. And it is amazing scenery. But as I'm sitting there recording this footage, and I'm getting stuff on my drone, and I'm getting stuff on my camera, and all this, I'm in the thought constantly in the back of my mind is this idea that this is, who was it that said that? There's a speaker that I used to listen a lot to. I think it was Kent Hovind, and he made a comment about, this is a junkyard. What we're looking at today in this world is a junkyard. It is a broken down heap of what was as the result of God's judgment with the global flood. And I totally believe that is true, but what gets me is this idea that we look out there, because there's no denying. I mean, some of this scenery you can see. And I mean, in the particular part of the world I'm in, what do they call this? I think they call it temperate rainforest, if I'm not mistaken. And it is lush, it is green, it is filled with trees and rivers and lakes, and we're on an island, so we're surrounded by water and all of this stuff going on. So there's no denying that it is very beautiful. And if you haven't seen that last, or any of my journey through the Psalms, aside or above and beyond the actual Psalm itself, go back and take a look at them just for the scenery, because some of that scenery is striking, to say the least. But it is beautiful. There's no denying that it's beautiful. And if it's beautiful in this state, this is the junkyard, broken heap version of it. Try to imagine what it looked like before the flood. And I guess that's kind of the main thought for this Shekels for Your Thoughts, is that idea of try to imagine what the world was like and what it looked like. If it looks as amazing as it does now in so many areas, what did it look like before? And I was kind of saying, like, we're in a temperate rainforest, so we have lots of green and water. But I mean, the same precedent applies when you get into more desert landscapes. There's still some incredible beauty to be seen there, tundra, glaciers, just all these different, biomes, these ecological scenarios, some more green, some less green, some more white, less white, more wet, more dry. There's all these different climates, but they all provide for this amazing scenery in a lot of cases. And it's just that idea that, wherever you are, wherever you're watching this video from, and you look outside of your own place and you see some of the scenery that is out there, unless you're in an awful apartment building looking out at the back alley garbage dumpster, which I guess is a possibility, then I would say look in the other direction. or maybe take a short trip to a park or something. But anyways, I mean, wherever you are in the world, there is stunning scenery to be had. And I think we should appreciate it. One thing I absolutely do firmly believe, I'm not necessarily one for this big environmental movement. I have my questions and I have my doubts and skepticisms about the whole climate catastrophe narrative and all of this stuff. You know, I really think that a lot of that doesn't actually save the environment. It does nothing but take away more freedoms from people. And I don't think that's how God wanted us to live. Having said all of that, I also say that absolutely unconditionally, we are to be good stewards of God's creation. We're supposed to take care of this place, and we're not doing a very good job of it. So, you know, put all the climate agendas aside. Bottom line is, we are not doing a good job of stewardship over this world that He has given us. And I think we could all do more to try to be better about that. But anyways, the gist of that is just this idea that it was something so much more amazing than what we have now, but it's still amazing. And that's just the testimony of how amazing it was beforehand. I think maybe, to me, one of the most exciting parts of this is this idea that at some point, when I read my Bible, it says that the earth is going to basically be remade the way that it was, or more the way that it was, you know? And I'm really excited to see that. I'm really excited to see that and get a little dose of what it was like before the global flood. So just some food for thought on that one. Shekels for your thoughts. You know, we need to be better stewards of God's creation, and we have something to look forward to. You know, so with that in mind, I'm not going to make this one too long, so I'll kind of wrap it up right there. I do say, if you enjoyed the video, you know, please give it a thumbs up, share it with others. If you've not done so, subscribe to the channel, change the notifications to all so that you are notified to anything that we're uploading. And there are some big changes that are on the horizon, very near. So you'll want to be there for that, and some exciting new stuff coming. So don't miss any of it. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. Until the next video, again, I thank you for watching, and I do wish blessings on all of you in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus our Savior. And I say shalom and bye for now.
You've been watching Truth and Testimony, the broadcast. If you have a comment, please leave it on the bottom of this video or email us at truthandtestimonyemail@gmail.com. Again, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Truth and Testimony, the broadcast, is not affiliated with Truth and Testimony magazine.